Hello everyone, my name's Andy, this is Di, and we're part of Sixth Senses Paranormal Society on the Isle of Man. Some of you will have heard of us. We're one of a few companies over here, aren't we? Companies, people who look after the, do all the ghost stuff and all that over here. My idea was, let's do a video and put it out and see what reaction we get.
So let's talk about the encounters we maybe had, and collectively, blimey, we're probably looking about 20, 30 years all in all of doing this, haven't we? And the last 6, 7 years we've come together. I could probably count on one hand my true experiences of doing paranormal investigation, and that's because there's not millions of them. That's what keeps my interest, because they're very far and few between, that you can't explain, and we go through everything trying to debunk everything, don't we? I mean, really, really down to the wire, trying to debunk what it is that we do. And it's only when we get to the very, very, we've just exhausted everything, then we actually sit back and we think, well, actually, yeah, we could have just caught something paranormal there, or...
So now it's basically me, Di, and there's Gaz, who that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Obviously. He's slightly injured at the moment, so he's unable to attend, but he comes as well.
With investigators, and Gaz is the one in the background to capturing it all.
Yeah.
And that kind of works. It works well, doesn't it? As the three of us. I think if you have too many, it gets a little bit complicated. I wouldn't advise doing paranormal investigations on your own for lots and lots of different reasons. Coupling up is always safer. It's not the best.
You mean that if it's something we encounter, you go, oh, Andy, go and have a look at that.
I'll be back at the car. Just get a shower when you're done.
It's amazing how you're suddenly the one that goes behind. They're going, oh, what was that? And I'm going, what?
Yeah.
Peel is the one that springs to mind.
The Centenary Centre.
The Centenary Centre,
oh my lord, yeah. Yeah. That was special.
Centenary Centre here in Peel is like it's an auditorium where people sit and there's a stage.
Different bands go on and so forth.
Yeah, it's like a little theatre.
Yeah. And
we got the place and we went in there, and there's a few, what we took with the camera, we put on to, it'll be on, it was on YouTube, wasn't it? It's there.
Yeah.
There's a few weird stuff. I mean, and you watch television and you see all these paranormal programs on television, and some of the stuff on there isn't as good as what we found. So, it's just, how do they do it? But anyway, yeah. Well,
there's the only thing that's active is our minds. That's it. That really is it.
Well, it's the same.
That doesn't make TV, does it?
Well, you see the same with telly. What you see is what they're doing, but you don't see the many days that they don't get nothing, and then the day they do, they film it, and that's what you see, and you think it happens all the time. It doesn't. A lot of it is just nothing much happens at all. And we did
the figure over and over.
The figure walking across the corridor. I actually was determined, because it was just ridiculous, and it couldn't.
We actually got permission just to go back in with the keys, just to set that whole scene again.
Yeah.
And we had Andy down the bottom water, and I knew full well we were collectively where we were at that time, because all the cameras added up to that time. And there was nobody down, but one of the cameras at the end of a corridor where the front door was, it was a very tall, manly, masculine figure, and went from, I think if I remember, from left to right.
Right to left.
Right
to
left.
That way.
Yeah. And so you automatically think, it's a shadow from somebody outside.
Yeah.
But it's elevated up, so the doorway isn't flat to the pathway outside. You've got to walk up the steps to actually get to that front door. So that was an impossibility to have something shadowed from the outside. And then so we had you walking past, and then we had Gaz walking past, and that figure was about bloody a foot taller than you guys.
Yeah, he was definitely, we were nowhere near it. So it was like, we couldn't debunk it, couldn't do.
Is it paranormal? I don't know, but it's just something that we couldn't.
Yeah, but it's on the YouTube.
It's on one of the YouTube
channels. That one and the thing it was flying about. It just
that was the same night we caught that also.
It was, yeah. That was in the over the seats, just flying across.
That's the
pitch black.
Yeah. Oh my lord!
Yeah.
So I'm not a big lover on the dust side of things, on the orb side of things, but these were like wisps of just energy. Well, I don't know what they were.
If anybody's on the island who's watching this, you can get in contact with us. If you want us to investigate anywhere on the island, let us know. I don't know.
We're just trying to rebuild ourselves back up again now. The COVID's kind of spoiled a lot of things for everybody, and it certainly did us. It is getting harder and harder to investigate. We do have the normal places, and we have got some amazing places over here to investigate, and we're welcome with open arms. But it's how many times can you just investigate that same place? It kind of goes a bit stale after a while. Ireland is absolutely steeped in history. It's steeped in folklore. It's steeped in paranormal activity, I would say. We've got everything on one island. Absolute arm and a leg to enter into the Manx National Heritage Sites. It's just something we can't simply afford to rent out or book out or something. So all the historical sites are all held by those guys that obviously want money. They need staff there. I get the whole scenario as to why they are expensive, but it's not an option for us to spend that amount of money just to go in and investigate. So we're always open to house calls. Always calls.
House calls, yeah. But that's, if anyone, there must be some big, some big old houses on this island. When I have a look, we can come and have a look.
They don't understand that we're not going in and disturbing them. So if they want to stay in the background, they'll stay in the background. They won't come out. If they've got a story to tell, they'll tell that story. TV is our worst enemy.
Yeah.
Because TV shows make a complete mockery out of what we really do. And I always say that when I was doing tours, you know, please don't think that the activity that you're seeing on TV is going to happen tonight. It's going to be a boring night. It's going to be a quiet night, and it will be. You don't have shit. I've done this for a long time, and shit doesn't kick off like it does on the TV. It just does not happen. That's not how it happens in reality. You know, if we were making a TV program, we would have to stage a lot, which gets this going. No matter how much we do this and how much we believe or disbelieve or anything, we're still only human.
Yeah.
So you know, you get told these things and you do try and put them to the back of your mind, but all the horror movies that you've seen in the years, you put yourself in a dark room and all of a sudden there's clowns coming out of the bloody walls, and there's this and there's that, and there's things on the floor and there's eyes watching you, and there isn't. But yeah, it's all those horror films that we've watched over the years just come back to haunt you in that split second.
That picture on the wall, his eyes are watching me.
As if they've just been following me as I've been walking.
They're following me, and they're not.
No.
But they are, and you're like, you're thinking, yeah. But it just puts you on edge, and you're all like, you're actually waiting for something to happen. Go in there, will you, Andy? And have a look.
I'll just stand and watch.
I'll just stand here.
Yeah, just make sure that everything's okay.
We've got the cameras and the monitor that we set up and all that. We set all the cameras up. She's the one with the monitor, and I'm the one wandering around.
On the walkie-talkie.
On the walkie-talkie.
Andy, just go left, just go right. That's it. No, you're fine. Just go in a straight line. We could see. I think if I remember, we could see you walking.
Down the corridor, because you had the camera down the corridor, didn't you?
Yeah, you were walking up the corridor to come back up to us.
Yeah.
Weren't you?
And it's now you got to imagine this is dark, right? So
it's pitch black.
It's pitch black.
But we're seeing in night vision, so it's really clear.
Yeah, you can see everything. So I'm walking up this thing, and I turn to go in this room, and it wasn't the room. It was the door was shut. And I walked straight into the door, and all I went, oh shit! Ooh.
Yeah, but you're not yourself, Bandy.
I know. Fuck shit. And
It's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I remember actually going back and taking stills of it. Stills and that. That's just like, oh yeah. Actually.
I was convinced that it was the room. And I just walked through like an open door. And when it's not open, you walk straight into the door. Literally, head everything straight into the door. Right,
So
okay.
that was the pub in Laxey. Yeah.
And everyone was upstairs in the room, and everyone was, listening, and the light was kept turning off, and I said, "Oh," so I went back and turned it on, went back again, and it turned itself off again, and it was actually off, and everyone was blaming you because you were downstairs, and I said, "Yeah, I bet she's coming up the stairs here, just been switching the light off." And it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
And when you were nowhere near there,
It
it was
wasn't.
like, shit.
It was about 3 floors down.
I know. It was shit.
On the footage that some people had in that room, you could hear the click.
Yeah, but no switch was physically off. It was like on. It was pushed. It was off.
So that light switch was being physically moved.
Yeah. If it was an electrical issue, it would do it without the switch.
It would.
No, the switch was actually turned off. Yeah. I don't know about
I
that.
get the blame for everything.
You got the blame for that.
Yeah. Beautiful place. It's opposite Knockalo Farm. If you ever, I wouldn't suggest it at the night time. Well, because it's not safe underfoot and it's as spooky as anything.
Creepiest graveyard I've ever been in.
Yeah, but
I mean, it is creepy.
Yeah, but we went up the daytime, didn't we? Because we couldn't see anything in the night time, and it was broad daylight, wasn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah, sunny.
Sunny. It was a lovely weekend day. I went to look over at Andy. It was only the two of us, and he's just sort of stood there with this sort of shocked expression, more so than he normally shocked expression. And he'd seen somebody from right to left, or not seen. So it was a black. But
it was just it's the strangest thing. It's like you move your head, your eyes are obviously taking everything in, and just quickly I saw that it was there was a height. It was just a shape, It couldn't outline it was a person. It was just a black shape. It could. You'd think it'd probably be someone, but they must moved
But there was
just across to the left of me, and I caught it, and I went, "What the hell was that?" And I saw the height of it, so I walked up to where it was to see, because obviously you can't be a little bit of distance and all that, next to some of the graves, and it was about my height. So I thought, well, this is about the height of a person, because it could be something which is huge or something small, but it wasn't. It was about the height, and I did see that, but it was so quick. It was really just and gone, and that was in the summer, because I had the shorts on and t-shirt. It was in the summer. That in the daytime, I think you'd expect to see in a Hollywood film, in it.
Because it's interesting to us to even maybe go back to that place again, and you know, it could have just been a one in a lifetime vision and never ever come back to that place at all. But this is the beauty of what we do, isn't it? You just don't know.
Yeah, it's just unexplained, unexpected is the word. Yeah,
I've certainly seen enough evidence in my lifetime to know that there is something, and that's why I do it. You know, and people do think of us being very disrespectful, but it's far from disrespectful. And so the only way that we actually get any kind of proper communication is just by recordings. And if they want to talk, they'll talk. If they don't, they don't. That's not being disrespectful. That's basically giving the dead a chance to tell their story. And that's what paranormal investigators worldwide are doing, is to allow them to, you know, if they want to. But if they don't want to talk to you, they won't talk to you. You get cold spots, you get cold around your knees, you will feel something there. The cameras aren't picking up on it, the audio's not picking up on it, so that your own senses start kicking in then, don't they? Smells sometimes.
Yeah.
And maybe only one of us can smell it, and we're all in close proximity, but only one will smell a cigarette smoke or perfume or something that's just hit you out of the blue. But collectively, we'll not all pick that up sometimes.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's happened before. That.
We're not doing any
Events
as such.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm reluctant to fork out that cash again, because obviously there's no money coming in to pay for that and so forth. Another good way to involve you guys and to get you out and about with us would be to have like a drive around. So we've come across a lot of places over here which are accessible by car and a little bit of walking, where we've experienced some strange and wonderful things with equipments and so forth, and general knowledge of people and communities where certain things have happened and we've been asked to go to. It's all outdoors. But there's a lot of places on the island, isn't there, where we've been and we've experienced things, and they're quite eerie. They are quite eerie. Plus, we'll bring quite a bit of equipment with us as well, so you're all sort of willing to share. So I'm thinking of maybe doing that at some point. Haunted spots and areas around the island that and I'm not talking fairies, I'm not talking beguines, I'm not talking the Moddy Do, I'm just talking of sightings of like Death Coach. Death Coach has been seen quite a few times.
Yes, right, yeah. That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on the island that gets a little bit squished, that people don't like to talk about. But I want to, collectively as SSPS, open up to you guys so you can experience that along with us. Experience on that.
Lots of experience in that, wasn't there?
On that night, yeah. But that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, like I say, it's if you've seen anything, we haven't. Let us know.
Yeah, we're like little local paranormal historians. We can't soak up enough stories, and we don't even need sort of hard evidence. Just stories are enough to make us sit up and listen. and go and do something on your behalf, with you, without you, however, and just people stopping us in the street and knowing what we're doing, and they'll just say, oh gosh, that reminds me, I need to tell you about this, blah blah blah.
It's going back to that and again, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
The people go, oh yeah, we have successfully done things here, successfully, haven't we?
On many occasions.
Successfully done things successfully.
Yes, there's lots of successfully going on there, but yeah, I get you. Yeah. We have closed a few chapters for people, put it that way, and those people have then been able to move on and of the living, move on and been very happy with that closure, and that closure was done for them, wasn't it? So we do an awful lot in the background that you guys probably don't even know, because nobody wants us to talk about it or publicise it or anything like that. So we were quite sort of busy in the background one way or another, weren't we? That we wouldn't advertise at all because it's quite personal to some people. So.
And there is 3 of us normally here, so Gaz, if you're watching this, get up and get ready, will you?
And if you want a really, really, really spooky night out and really, really shit yourself up to the highest, just try walking through Silverdale Glen of a night time.
I did that,
It is horrendous.
No, you got to do the Monk's Walk. The Monk's Walk from Ballasella to Silverdale.
Yeah.
He
took himself off on the phone.
I don't give a damn, me. I just walked off.
You were on the blower.
I was on the phone and I just walked off on this path on my own, all the way up. It's total pitch black it is, and just walked all the way up to Silverdale and then just stood there waiting while you pair turned up. So where have you been?
No, let's just rewrite that, shall we? Should we tell people the truth of that night? So yeah, you buggered off, right, and left myself and Gaz with a camera.
Yeah.
And live time.
Yeah, well.
For you, much to the delight of everybody on Lifetime, because they could see how frightened we were getting.
You were flipping petrified.
I was absolutely petrified.
You were petrified because it was a bit creepy, innit?
Yeah. So you put me in an outside wood, known to be travelled around by monks. Have been seen there. Monks have been seen on that bridge. We've walked, I don't know, half a mile into it. Is it half a mile long? I don't know.
Maybe quarter mile.
Quarter of a mile, yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind, it wasn't a straight track because part of it was closed off. So you had to go up and round and really, really disorientated. Water, right there, that water's an energy alone. And it gets to that point where your mind goes off on one. Put me in a room where they say loads of paranormal activity. I'm happy with that. Put me on the outside, and the outside just really majorly freaks me out. And it made it even worse because Gaz was freaking out. If I'd have been with you, you'd have just said, Gaz will make his own way back, and it would have been calm, and I would have been able to deal with that. But Gaz was freaking out. Absolutely lost you. And then we wandered off that far that Gaz was saying we're lost, and I know we can't be lost because it's one path.
Yeah.
But he was planting all these fucking seeds in my head, and next thing I'm in fucking Blair Witch at that point. We don't know.
So we walked on one of them. We walked all the way around the pond, right to the back.
So what it is.
And we were doing all sorts of recordings, weren't we, around there? And we were doing a live there, and there was people saying to us, "Did you hear it?" And we went, "Hear what?"
Oh God, yeah, I remember.
And don't forget, recordings pick up things that we can't hear, that you can't hear. You can always hear them. So people who are listening to it through the live, they could hear it. But we couldn't.
We didn't hear that. No.
But was it a growl or something?
It was like a. I was like, I don't know what it was.
How'd it go?
Sound like a bloody pirate. Arr.
I hear you shivering me timbers.
Play it back, play it back, play it back.
And it was,
and I put it on the speakers in the car. Holy moly, that was impressive.
What about the other thing?
I've never been back since. I've never been because I hate it down there. It gives me the willies. That's the Monk's Walk, isn't
It's
it?
the Monk's
from,
Walk,
from
yeah.
the Abbey to wherever they were going to.
But there's
So
some weird shit there. Really is. And then we had your little weirdy one. We got back to the. you had the recorder going all the way back along the pond. Got back to the car.
Oh, that was just you and me, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then we just played it, and we were just listening to it as we were just recording as we were walking back. And right in the middle of it, it was now. How did it go? Yeah. And I thought, I don't remember you saying that. Did you say that? And you went, no. Well, it's right in the middle of the recording. It's flipping really
It's a female.
weird.
It's a female voice,
Weird.
and it's so clear.
It's almost like I mean, I'm probably exaggerating here, but once again, you think about it that there's something was walking with you and was stood next to you. It just said here at the top of the voice. We couldn't hear it. Just leg it, gone. And she's going, don't leave me.
Josh, not often I say that to you, but that place does give me the shivers.
Doing an Yvette.
No, I'd never get that bad.
Let us know.
Subscribe. Subscribe there.
Subscribe. I don't even know if it's going to be there. It could be down there.
It's not going to be anywhere because I can't do it.
Well, I know, so it's not going to be there. It's an invisible thing.
You can private messages. You can, we're literally an open book to most things, aren't we?
So are we going to wrap this up because this is going on a bit? You're going to edit this a bit.
Completely.
Going to be lots of there's going to be taken out. One more thing I must say is before we go is we went to Druidale a couple of years ago, and we just messing around with cameras, wasn't it? Just seeing how good they were in the dark and all. Sky was stars in the sky, everything. Driving back up, so we went down to Druidale, where at the bottom by the river, and then we headed back up where you got the winding road comes back up to the house. I can't think of the name of it.
Brandywell Cottage.
Brandywell, yeah. That's it, yeah. Just going up the windy corner, all of a sudden there's a girl on a bike coming down the road. She had no lights, nothing. There was coming down the road ahead of us.
This, given in mind, is about 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It was quite late on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Girl on a bike went straight past us going down, and I'm going, what the hell?
Where was she going? Where did she come from that time of night? What? She was in modern day clothes. Because I had to stop to let her come past.
Yeah.
My car went bang with its head.
Imagine if it had talked to you.
Well, it could be Geff the talking ram.
Oh,
Couldn't it? You just don't know. Anyway, so we had to really, really slow down and just wait for my car to be beat the shit out of by this bloody ram's head and everything. And then that pissed off. But that really slowed us down, didn't it? And we'd only just got going then.
So,
And then this cyclist arrived.
Yeah, and talking about it now, still can't get over
No.
it. Where on earth was she going down there with no lights, in total darkness? But
Going to where?
going
11
to
o'clock
where?
at night?
Yeah, I mean, you don't go down that road with no lights. It snakes, and if you get it wrong, you straight off. There's a bit of a drop. Yeah.
Mulling. What the hell did we just see?
Do we turn round? Do we go back and see if she's all right? Is she going to get frightened? And
Because we're in such shock at seeing somebody
Yeah.
on that road that late at night, a woman on her own, cycling to where at 11 o'clock at night on a push bike?
So we've left it on a mystery because we don't know about
Because
that
we
one.
don't know.
Subscribe to whatever it is. Subscribe and what's the other one say? Oh, it said thumbs up for the video. Edited down because this
To about 22.
to about 5 seconds. Hello, thank you, bye. Yeah. So we'll do this again. We'll put another one. Like I said, we'll see what the feedback is. If everyone hates it, then okay, fair enough. But if people watch it, then we'll keep doing it.
Right, anyway, so that's from us.
Yeah. All right. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you all again soon on another video.
Good night.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Good night.
Bye.
Take-
Fucking ramble.
Go in there, will you, Andy? And have a look.
I'll just stand and watch.
I'll just stand here.
Yeah, I'll just make sure that everything's okay. Holy Spirit magnification. Oh God, what's the word I'm looking for?
Magnification.
Magnification. That's not right, is it?
No.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.